right, what's going on, everybody?
We are live, baby.
We are live. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are watching or listening all around the world. Welcome to Love Lockdown, the podcast. If you guys don't know what Love Lockdown is, it's where my husband and I discuss relationship advice that perfectly works for us. So I am one of your hosts, Britt Bratt, and you are?
I am the one and only Captain Arrogant, aka Rashad, aka Boss, whatever you may know me as. And today we have a lovely episode for you with a couple of guests that will be showing up and showing out. So y'all make sure y'all stay tuned. You know what we do on Love Lockdown. So if you're in the comments right now, you're watching the live broadcast, because we do film this live via Facebook and YouTube every Wednesday at 7 Eastern time.
Yes.
Or if you're listening later, write us in the inbox. But if you're listening now, make sure you chime in and tell us where you're watching from and what's popping.
Yes, we love that. First and foremost, happy Black History Month, everybody. It's February, y'all. Even though it's the shortest month, okay, they couldn't give us anything that was a little bit longer, but it's all right, because my black is beautiful and yours is too. So remember that. Enjoy your history for this month and for every day. Remember.
Listen, Black History Month, man. Make sure we celebrate it. I seen ESPN celebrating today. They were at Winston-Salem. They're doing like a black college every week. I think Stephen A. actually went there. So it was pretty cool to see. Also, on the topic of congratulations, I really don't have nobody else today for once.
I know.
Right? Normally we got to congratulate somebody for something, but I don't have nobody today.
Well, we can congratulate the podcast, because this is the first episode where we actually have two men that are guests.
Two dudes.
And I'm actually pretty hype about it, because this is the one episode that I actually get to shut the fuck up and just listen, because we're going to be discussing a really good topic. So y'all, if you hate me and you hate my voice, this is definitely the episode for you, because I'm not going to be saying too much today. Drinks to that. You know what I'm saying?
Before we get into the shout outs, of course, we got to shout out our sponsors. And, you know, one of our biggest sponsors is Luke Belair. They powered this episode, and they have blessed us with the new cognac that just dropped.
Yes.
It's called Villain. The bottle is dope.
Cold.
Like, yo, the packaging, Belair kill it every time. I'm about to try this live on this episode for the first time. I haven't even popped the top. As y'all can see, my glass is empty. We doing this straight, no chaser, so that ain't no issue either.
Yeah. No, they just sent us the package literally like an hour before the episode. So I already had a bottle open. It's the reason I'm not going to be trying to taste test with you. But yeah, I'm, at least you can say that I don't. This is like legit and genuine. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was drinking this before the package came.
Listen, you started early. I got back from a meeting late.
5 o'clock somewhere.
We'll all start together. So listen, let's check in with the people. I know the Brat Squad is out there because your new video came out this week. The first video of 2021. There's the congratulations.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
The review queen showed up. She's back on YouTube. So if you don't know, make sure you follow Britt on YouTube. She does product reviews all week, every so often.
You just made me think. I don't really promote my actual YouTube channel on the podcast. I feel like they're so separate. So yeah, people who are listening probably don't know that I'm a YouTuber. That's crazy. Right. We're about to hit 26,000 brats, you guys. So we're almost there. I'm hyped.
Listen,
it's gonna be a celebration.
It's going down.
Yes, sir.
It's going down on the Brat's channel. So let's check in with everybody that's in here. James is in the building, of course. Ypsilanti in the house. What's going on? Auntie Esther is in the building.
Oh,
that sounded weird saying.
I know.
Auntie Lane is in the building.
Yeah.
Brat Squad is in the building. Marify, what's going on?
Oh, Marify, thank you for joining. Appreciate it.
I'll let you take this name.
Oh, Ursanata.
Ursanata. Yes.
Familiar face. Hey, love, how are you?
I'm almost there though. I felt like it was Ursanata Matai, but I'm not. I need to watch another season of Snowfall before I get my Spanish certificate. You know what I'm saying? Like I've already watched like the Pablo joint, which is all subtitles pretty much. You know what I'm saying? Snowfall, and I watch Queen of the South. So between the three, I should be certified at some point.
That's hilarious that you're my husband, because honestly, my best friend does the same. Like, she's the type, I don't know if Erica's on right now, but she's the type, like, we used to watch like ER, and she would be like, all of a sudden she could be a surgeon. Like, she thinks she can do anything she watches. And I'm like,
if you watch enough of it,
funny.
yo. And it's funny because we got a lawyer on the show today, and I feel like I watched enough lawyer shows to where I could at least argue a case.
I'm not gonna let you disrespect that at all. No,
I just want one case, though. One case.
No.
Now listen, I am smart, and I'm gonna keep it real. I know my lane. I know what I know what I'm good at. I know my craft. I don't even argue with this fool because he's a lawyer. I think it's pointless. Like, you know, I'm not getting baited into an argument with dude. What for? He does this for a living.
What for? Honestly, that literally is his career. Like,
no, for real.
Like, that's crazy.
And even before his career, I went to high school with dude. Listen, you wasting your time.
Yeah. You got to be a fool to argue with someone that does something 24/7. And that goes with anything, guys.
This guy would argue with the coaches about play calling after the games. I'm not arguing with this guy, dog. Not happening. So that's null and void. But Ursanata is watching from Albania. So Albania is in the building. If y'all don't know, this is a worldwide podcast. Whole lot of views, whole lot of choppers.
Yeah.
We do our thing.
We go live from YouTube and from Facebook. So it's not just Facebook, you guys. We're literally everywhere. It's weird. Listen, when you think about how many people we're literally like talking to right now, like, you know what I'm saying?
It's crazy. So I just took my first sip of the cognac. Go get it. We got to shout out Rink. Rink is in the building. You know we love Rink. Rip is in the building. Yoing.
When I'm bro.
B Slade is in the building.
We're about to have a good time today.
Yo, that's
family.
We at least got 2 Division I football players in here.
Yep.
Can't get worse than that.
No.
So we in the building. Our guests are ready. We're about to announce them.
Bless it.
So if you guys don't know who these people are, I kind of gave Adam an introduction already. He's a lawyer by trade. And I'll let him introduce himself a little better. I don't want to mess it up. Tristan as well.
A lawyer by trade. I'm sorry. A lawyer by trade and an Ohio State hater by night.
Oh, yeah. He don't let us get away with no Ohio State anything.
Nah, he talks a lot.
No.
But again, we don't argue with him because lawyer. So
lawyer. And my boy Tristan I've grown up with Tristan. Tristan is a really, really good dude. He's a counselor in education. He's also been in retail for years. Now, you know those people who always had a job? That's Tristan.
Yep.
Like, if dude resume has a gap in it, I didn't know about it. It would be a surprise to me if his resume has a gap. Always had a job. So that's my boy Tristan. And here they go. They're ready to join us. Welcome to Love Lockdown, fellas.
Welcome, guys. Thank you.
Facebook, what's up, y'all?
What's good? What's going on?
Yes, sir.
Showtime.
Look, man, I'm excited to have y'all in the building today. Look, Tristan got the Bel Air on deck. He ready. Luke
Showtime.
Bel Air. We're
20 with Britt Brack.
We making Uncle Ricky proud today.
Ricky Rose.
For sure.
Yes, sir. So
let me get my pour on. I'm deep in the glass too.
If y'all don't know the topic today, this stems from last week. Now, we had to have Tristan on because he was a vital part of last week's show. He jumped in with a comment last week that got Britt going, but we'll get to that later. Yeah. First, we got to get to what we do on this show, and that's the current events, yo. So look, I'm gonna line up some current events for y'all. Y'all tell me what y'all think. And on this show, we do it. There's no holds bar. Whatever may be said, may be said. But before we jump into it, I need y'all to introduce yourselves, man. What do you want the people to know about you before we go any further? We'll start with you, Tristan.
Washington Community College, a counselor, like Chris said earlier. Worked in retail forever, got up to management and was like, I can't do it no more. In 65, 70-hour weeks, not for me. Got out, working higher education now, and working on my master's in integrated marketing communication. So that's taking up all my time right now. And Britt and Chris are two of my dearest friends. Their wedding was actually on my birthday. I was in the wedding. It was all good. It was a beautiful thing. Beautiful thing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Adam.
What's up, brother? Okay, yeah. So name's Adam Clements. Most people who know me call me AD. I'm an attorney. Right, I practice in the metropolitan Detroit area. That's where I grew up at. I'm from Southfield, Michigan originally. That's where I met Chris, of course, and had the pleasure to interact with his wife, Britt, on social media. So like I said, that's how I've gotten to know her. It's been a pleasure to do that. I'm excited to be here.
Man, let's do it.
And
man.
an O-State hater too, like myself.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we don't, obviously we respect those guys from what they're able to do, but to hell with those guys.
That's right. Go blue for me.
Yo, Adam, you got to let the people know that I'm not lying about you arguing with the coaches about play calling, because they probably think I'm joking, man.
No, you're right about that. I mean, I always felt the need to voice my concerns, especially when I got to be an upperclassman.
Oh yeah.
Big balls.
Yeah, especially about that. Why we not running this? I don't understand how come we didn't run this. That was always me, man.
Yes, sir. I told him, don't argue with this dude. It's a waste of time. So,
I've actually changed about that. My position on that now is kind of different. I like to dialogue with people, and man, you would be surprised at how much I take from conversations that I have. And when I get in front of a jury, man, I make it more conversational. So now my style really is just about, getting people to share their thoughts and ideas and trying to see how I can use those feelings to try to advance my cause, so.
That is dope, man.
Growth.
That is dope, man. That's dope. That's a lot of growth. I've changed a little bit, not that much, but I've changed a little bit.
It's Beard Gang in here today too.
Yo, Beard Gang is in the building.
Wow.
I just joined too. I'm fresh in the game.
Yo, and Britt, you just went to the to the salon, so you just missed it.
Yeah.
You could have been Beard Ganging too.
Hey.
Oh man, hold on.
Come on, man.
Listen, y'all. I was just saying that I am so happy to finally have men on the show because I can shut up for once. Like, it's nice. Like, this is gonna be different for me. I'm gonna enjoy the Beard Gang. So
this disclaimer, ladies, y'all, listen. If we make you mad, it's because you want us to think like y'all. We're men. We think like men think.
Okay. I can say it for a lady that if anyone gets upset, it's probably because it's the truth. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, no, the beard thing though is the first time I've never wanted to be just like y'all. I'm blessed that I can't grow one. So hopefully
Yo, Tristan, my auntie over here thirsting on you already, bro. We just...
Hey, auntie.
Brandon, get your mama, bro.
She's steady calling me twin, Lord. I'm 3 years older than that, man.
You're not gonna call my aunt out like that. Nope. That's what we're not about to do.
Yo. So look, we right in the building. We're gonna jump right into it with my boy, R. Kelly. Yo, and Britt picked this out. This is a pretty good one, Britt, because he pled guilty to attempting to bribe a witness not to testify. And I'm glad we got the attorney on today.
I did it.
Yo, that's dope.
Yeah.
And I never get to look at a lot of these because I'm always running late to the planning party of these things. So Britt kind of put it out there. What you think about this, Adam?
It's not surprising. I actually didn't realize he pled guilty today. I was trying to follow as many of the cases that I can. I know he's got federal cases in New York, Georgia, and then he's got a state charge in Illinois. So I'm interested to know in what venue that he pled guilty in. I'm gonna look right now.
Okay. My thing is, listen, Tristan, I know you hurt, man, because I know you used to have a heavy playlist of my boy Robert.
R. Kelly today, R. Kelly tomorrow, R. Kelly forever.
Yo,
I feel the same way.
Listen.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm not turning them off. I'm sorry.
if we could just get them bailed out for another album, I'll be happy. I just
instead of getting them out, I mean, perhaps we could take a look at work release, or like where he could go to the studio from like 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. on Tether. Like he could go to the studio and then back to jail every day.
No, for
real. Just to make music.
But we definitely need somebody there to monitor that studio.
Oh yeah, no, like, very, very,
For sure. He's a sneaky bastard too.
It's definitely not surprising, though. I mean, I think the weight of the evidence is through the roof. I mean, they tried and convicted him when the Lifetime television series came out. He was done, and now it's available for watch on Netflix. My mom watched the series. That's how. I don't really see how you can get around it.
Back in '94, he said, "Show me some ID before you get me deep." Why you smashing girls that you got? He told you back then.
Right, he made it clear.
He ain't had nothing else. He on his knuckles right now.
That's what I'm saying. It's never been a secret, and I'm with you, Tristan. I'm sorry, but he's not getting off the rotation playlist because, like, if you think about it, there are so many entertainers out here that are corrupt. Like, are we going to cancel everybody? You know what I'm saying? Like,
cancel
are we
culture,
Are we going to stop watching Harvey Weinstein movies because that's going to be every movie? Like,
I'm not saying that it's right, Brittany, but
I'm not saying it's right, but I'm just saying like ours still going to be on the playlist.
So do you not feel just a little bit awkward when it comes on a little bit? When
I feel like I'll get judged.
Maybe the first song. After the first song, I'm straight.
It's Love Lockdown. I'm gonna be honest. I don't feel awkward with it because I don't.
Let's step in the name of love. Come on.
I just think about it. I just think about it like this. When I always think, like I just said, a lot of entertainers are corrupt. So if I thought about everything, I wouldn't be able to listen to anything. I wouldn't be able to watch anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like the music.
I think that the fight for R. Kelly is kind of like misunderstood from other perspectives. They think that we're fighting to free dude. We just want music.
That's all I want.
You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, we just want music. You know what I'm saying?
Separating the man from the artistry,
But you have to do what you should do. You know what I'm saying?
Especially at this time.
But I don't know if you can really say that though, because my bad, I cut you off, but I just want to respond to Britt. I mean, it's love making music though, and he's accused of making love to underage girls. So that's why you get you get the outrage with the music.
Yeah, I understand that. And I'm not mad at anyone else that has the outrage. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not going to sit here and argue with anyone with it. I understand it. But for me.
Yeah, I agree with you too. I'm not condemning anybody who said turn R. Kelly off. I'm just letting you know what I'm doing.
Yeah,
it ain't going off. I get it. Yeah. But step in the name of love, come on, I'm stepping. And it's playing. Period.
And we know that.
Yeah.
And we know that. Listen, we got to move on. We could be on R. Kelly all day. We got a couple comments. People said, y'all.
You, Adam. That one was for you.
Trisha said, his mind told him no, but his body. I think she said his mind told him no,
but his body.
Body, yep. I see. Look, Bel Air.
I didn't even think about that one.
Yo, at the end of the day, we got to move on from Kels because this topic ain't gonna go nowhere. This is one of those arguments that ain't going nowhere. My cousin just chimed in and he said it wasn't even him, bro.
Yeah, it wasn't him.
Look,
it wasn't him on the video.
Yeah, tapes and all. So if we go to the next one, I know this is a far jump, but this is from Perez Hilton, which, by the way, guys, we'll have the great Perez Hilton on next week. This is about courtside Karen. So if you guys don't know about this story and you guys are actually listening to the podcast from all the streaming networks, LeBron got into a argument with a man on the sidelines during the game, and his wife decided to stand up, or his girl or whatever she may be decided to stand up and take up for him and join the argument along with her friend. They all got booted from the sidelines. So
Got the boot.
What do y'all think about this? And should fans get kicked out for that, or should there be some rules where they're not that close in the first place to where that can't happen? Because we've had many incidents.
I didn't think it was nothing wrong with it, man. And you know, she was standing up for a guy. Brian didn't think it was nothing wrong with it. He said, I don't think they should have got kicked out. And he missed those kind of altercations. Mm-hmm. So I think that's cool. But when you get to them Utah arenas and they doing the derogatory terms and calling people niggas and stuff, no, I don't agree with that. But this right here, I don't think it was really nothing. I think it was blown out of proportion.
I had to agree with Tristan. I was disappointed. I mean, I'm not necessarily disappointed in how Brian responded. I mean, I would like to think that, you know, Brian been in the league, this is his 17th year. You haven't heard very many times where he responds to anyone in the stand. So if he did it, there was something that was said. And again, this is a unique environment because it's no other outside noise other than people that are courtside. But I mean, being heckled is a part of the game. They talking trash to you, talk some trash back. I mean, it gives you a true professional sports feel. So obviously I was disappointed that the NBA or the officials saw fit to remove the fans from the game. I was disappointed with that. And it shouldn't have happened. It's unacceptable, quite honestly. If they didn't come on the floor, if they're not using racially and inflammatory statements and things like that, they should have been allowed to stay. Flat out.
Yeah. No, I'm with that for real, because I think things are just inflated right now because obviously there's not as many people, so everything just sounds worse than what it is. You know what I'm saying? So even with football games, when we were watching them this season, like there were a lot of things being called. I was like, oh, it's because you can hear it. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think she should have got. But I also don't know what she said. Did anyone actually ever hear what she said?
No, there's been a lot of he say, she say regarding that. But this is my thing. Mm-hmm. I feel like unless the players are pointing and want to get them ejected, they shouldn't be ejected. But also, I feel like you should have a special right for as much as you pay for them courtside seats. Like put a glass up like hockey or something, but you shouldn't get ejected for standing up after what you pay for them courtside seats.
I totally agree with that. And my thing is like, what type of environment are you trying to create? Like, especially for road games, it's supposed to be a hostile environment. These people pay their money to be close to the action, and the players got to be professionals. You really shouldn't even be paying attention to what they're saying courtside, right? And if you decide to engage in that, then that's kind of on you. I mean, to remove them, that's crazy. I mean, if y'all remember back a couple of years ago at the I think it was the Arco Arena out in the Bay Area, where like one of their co-owners had pushed Kyle Lowry or grabbed him. Y'all remember that along the baseline?
I remember that.
And they kicked him out. Yeah, not behavior like that. Yeah, get him out of here. But for this, nah, that was weak.
Yeah, ultra weak.
Chirping, man. That's all.
And so I can't even get mad because like I think about the things I say to my parents just from home, from the comfort of my own home. I get so much into the game that I cuss my own teammates out. You know what I'm saying? So like,
hold on. We got to put that in perspective.
I'm just saying.
It's not regular cuss outs. Like I watched the game and I'm as big of a fan as it gets, especially when it comes to Ohio State football, or if it comes to Carmelo Anthony, or if it comes to something I'm passionate about regarding sports. If you get hurt on the field, Britt will cuss you out as if you meant to get hurt.
I do that. I do.
She should have done that.
And I be telling them they should have drank milk and they got to man up. Like
literally when Justin Fields announced that he was going to the NFL, Britt's response was, "Shit, he always hurt anyway." I'm like, like the best quarterback in Ohio State history. That's how we send a dude out
in the history.
Yeah. I said Chris Olave needs to get in the weight room. He needs to drink some milk. Like I'm rude.
No mercy.
Those are my guys. You know what I'm saying? So like, just stand up for her man.
Hey, Britt, I can only imagine if you was courtside, Karen. Oh Lord.
And that's another thing. I feel like by kicking her out, they made her famous. This day and age. By doing that, now you made her somebody when she would have just been another person yelling on the sideline if you had left her alone.
You're gonna see her on Bravo Network. She's the next what are they? Housewives. She's gold.
And must I say, I will give her some credit. Her outfit looked rich as hell. Like her whole aura was just rich.
But did you hear what LeBron said though? He said he said that he thought that she was defending her father. Like he lightweight, like kind of trashed her a little bit though.
Yeah, because my man is an OG for sure. He got him a tenderoni for sure.
Yo, so we got to get to the comments because it's getting crazy in here. My brother just said Tristan got that girl ejected.
I already knew it was coming.
And if y'all didn't watch live and y'all don't see what Tristan looks like, please go look at the live. We've been calling Tristan LeBron James for a long time. Now my brother, he's a little different. He even goes ridiculous and calls dude Shaq, but I think it's a little too far.
Yes.
Way too far.
Now
Call
listen,
me somebody handsome now.
I gotta give you the history on the Shaq thing though. Tristan has been the same size since 5th grade. Like for real. So, back when the Shaq
was definitely a man
about,
child. I ain't gonna lie.
It was understandable. My brother James just jumped in and said LeBron handled it right. She was doing too much.
See, that's soft, man.
Shout out to James.
Said she said enough
up,
to get her ass kicked out. Yo, so let's move on to the next topic because we got to keep it moving here. Like I said, I haven't seen these, so this is very interesting. And we might, now that I see what it is, we might have to give Britt a solo screen because this is like one of her biggest pet peeves. Listen,
we got beef.
If Trey Songz comes up, it's a 30-minute conversation following it. Like, cannot stand Trey Songz. Hates his brand, hates his music. I mean, the brother can't sing. I'm gonna go that far, and I'm gonna leave it there. I agree with that. But Britt has a whole different animal she want to take up. But for the ones who are listening, it says Trey Songz is trending after an alleged nude video of him surfaces.
Yeah.
I thought with OnlyFans we were past the nude videos.
I haven't even looked into this because I don't know. Like, obviously, it was intentional. Like, come on. Like, he didn't just have a nude video surface of him for no reason. You know what I'm saying?
What was he doing in the video?
I have no idea because I didn't look it up, but it has literally been trending all day long, and the ladies love him. And I want to know, ladies, please comment and tell me why you like this man, because I've heard nothing but terrible things about him in the industry. And I'm being very, very hypocritical right now because I just said I don't have beef with R. Kelly, but there's something about this man that really irritates me.
I mean, but even if we bring up the Keke Palmer thing, where she say, "Dude, what did he do? He locked her in the closet or something?"
Locked up in there.
I've heard multiple things about him when it comes to that, and it's just I just don't like his everything. The way
this is perfect what we're talking about because it actually kind of goes hand in hand with where we about to go, what we was talking about last week, Brittany. It goes hand in hand.
He's not talented.
And you won't understand it until I break it down for you.
I will. You know what, Tristan? I'm actually going to sit here and I'm going to humble myself and allow you to break it down for me because what I read into last week, I've heard you didn't mean. So like I'm gonna take the L if that's the truth, but I'm gonna also I'm a woman enough to do that.
But before we get into this, Rip just had a good point. He said that he beat up the cops though. He's on one. I think that this was a cover-up for his current situation. That's the first thing I said. Like, he's trying to take everybody's mind off of what he's currently dealing with.
He's just an ass.
And now that we have the resident attorney in here, what was your take on that situation? Did you see the video, AD?
The video of him at the concert?
The game.
It was a game.
The Kansas City game. That's where he was at, I think.
No, I didn't see that. What happened with the situation?
I didn't even hear what happened, yo.
He didn't wear his mask.
Yeah.
The people around him tried to get him to put his mask on. They went and told security. He still didn't put his mask on. He got physical with the cops when they showed him.
So this is his second incident then. Because remember he had the case in Detroit where he was at Kobo and then they started, his set ran over. So they were trying to usher him off the stage and he threw a tantrum. Then he went in the back and when the police confronted him about it, he swung on them too. So Trey don't like the cops, basically. So he keeping it consistent.
He told the setup too. He told the setup before he left.
He tore the setup, right? Start throwing shit in the audience. Then when the police confronted him, he fired on them too.
Listen, that Detroit energy will do that to you. I'm gonna give a brother a pass on that. Like I done been to a few concerts. That Detroit energy that Detroit brings when you go to a concert, that will get you real thuggy acting. You
And that
know,
go all the way back to the NWA days, don't it?
man. Look, man, I done seen it all, man. But Trey, man, he got to get it together. I'm gonna see what everybody else saying.
He's an imposter to me. Like I feel like he's just not like he's trying to prove this street and he's not. Like he just had to make it, you know what I mean, with braids. Remember when he had the braids?
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Like I just
Hey, it all started when he cut them braids. That was the beginning of the new Trey. The songs changed, everything changed.
Mhm.
I messed with the new Trey with the haircut though. That was my dude when he
definitely his best music.
But again, like I said about R. Kelly, I'm really great at separating like how I feel about someone to their I like his songs. I'm not about to sit here and say I don't still like dive in, you know what I mean? Like I like his music. He's not talented. I would never go see him live. I wouldn't let someone pay me to see him live, but the songs, you know what I'm saying? Like
I think Breezy is talented, but I think if me and Breezy ever hung out, I end up beating him up. I think that's how that night will end up going.
And those two aren't too far from each other with behavior.
They from the same state, same area, everything. You know, came out around the same time.
Yeah, both from was it Virginia, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So listen, that was a fun deal, the current events. But now we're about to get into the new thing that we ushered in this season with guests, which is called Hold or Fold. Now, the theory behind this game that we're about to play is for the fellas today because it's a fellas episode. You're locked in the room. You're in a relationship. And you have to make a decision whether or not with this person that comes on the screen, will you hold or fold? First, we'll go AD. So for the people who are listening, we have the lovely, what is her name? I think it's Marilyn Monroe, if I'm not mistaken, or Marilyn something on Instagram. I should have kept her name at the top.
Easy on the eyes, whatever her name is, Marilyn.
So we holding or folding, fellas.
I can hold. She cute. I can hold on that though.
You holding?
I can hold, bro. She's skinny.
Shit, what you folding on then?
She's skinny.
I'm gonna go with bro. I'm holding.
You holding?
Yeah, I'm holding. Yeah, I'm holding. Shorty is beautiful though, no doubt about it. She's a high value woman.
Got you. Now, she recently got surgery, had a little additions added to the wagon.
Was it done in a quality fashion?
I can see that.
The most quality in pants, it probably looks amazing, but her legs don't seem to fit.
So she added, which is always the case to me.
So we'll move on to the next one, y'all. And if y'all watching, please tell me if y'all holding or folding. I had to do this one, y'all, because this is listen. This is like
is that Mama D?
This one is like a current event and a hold or fold at the same time. So for those of y'all who are not watching live, this picture is of Mama D. If you haven't seen the most recent photos she put up, go to her Instagram and check them out. Mama D has had everybody's surgery. So she got like a 90-year-old stomach with like 20-year-old breast.
Oh my God, man. I see that monkey on there too, though. I see you looking.
No doubt. And the thigh meat too, a little bit. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of hidden in there.
Yo,
hey, look, I'm home, but I respect her for trying to do what she's trying to do.
Yo, she might teach you some things.
No, I'm folding. We going, baby. It's about the experience.
Yo, Mama D.
As long as I can get out for the ball game, Mama D getting me.
Man, look, you might have to pop a bluey.
But yeah, I might have one of them blue chews or something. If I can get it going, dog, we making it happen.
Listen,
hey, I'm holding. She get an A for effort though.
Yo, A for effort. She trying, man. But at the end of the day, like, sis, your stomach still look 80. We gotta work. I mean,
Hey, I think she looks good.
kudos, mama.
Me
But
too.
Scrappy, get your mama, bro.
And do something with the schnoz too if you're gonna make some adjustments.
Damn. Hey, she do got a honker though. Remember Doug? Honk honk.
Yo, Rip said impressive, but please
Please
fold.
fold.
Yo, listen, mama. I had to put that Mama D picture up there because I was utterly in shock. Like, who is not watching their mama? At some point, you gotta put some reins on your mama. This who is she, baby? Because this is yours.
That's Lori Harvey.
Oh, okay.
Are you serious?
I mean, she kind of got like a different skin tone every time I see her because she always traveling.
She does look different a little bit every time you see her.
Yeah, you know, this is a little cardio.
Which is cool because if you're a dude, I guess you'll enjoy that as a guy because you won't have to look at, like, even if you marry her, you won't be looking at the same person every day. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So
I mean, I'm just saying.
So are we holding or folding with Lori?
That's a fold, man. She taking down all the greatest men that our Black nation has. She taking them down. I want to see what's happening. What's something happening?
I got to fold as well, man. I got to fall in line. You know, it's an elite company looking to be a part of that company.
Hey, she took Michael B. Jordan down. Michael B. Jordan, every woman in America is a layup. Yo. And he said, I got to still have her. Like, I still got to have a Lori.
Yo,
Michael B. What she talking about?
Michael B. had to go, though, because he had the rumors about him and Stilo jumping around. He didn't have a choice. You know what I'm saying?
She had to help him revitalize his image.
Oh, no doubt. But listen, Lori Harvey, like I said, I don't hate on her. That's one. Listen, Britt's mom said that one of the greatest quotes of all time: "If you gonna be a hoe, be an expensive hoe." And listen, I'm with it. Do it how is she young? Do what you do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, YOLO.
You know what I'm saying? Make it happen.
She's not hurting anybody.
Get a checkup, man. Get your checkups and
keep it moving.
Thing.
So you think about most 20? What is she about? 23, 24?
Oh, I've never thought about her.
She just turned 24.
Yeah.
But see, most women that look like her, you know, from a looks perspective in their early 20s, they still gotta, you know, put a plan together to make it. How they gonna take care of themselves, you know, if they're not relying on a man. This is a young lady that's living out here dating celebrities. You know, she probably, and I could be wrong. I don't know any work that she's doing or anything like that, but you got the rest of your life to do that. Go ahead and have fun. I'm not mad at the young lady at all.
Do your thing. From Love Lockdown, Lori, do your thing. But you know, that was the fun games. So now into the topic. The topic today is how men rate women. And this is an interesting topic because Tristan had a comment last week. And Tristan, can you remind the people what your comment was?
I said in the little chat part in the comments section that at 34, that looks don't matter as much as they did back when I was a younger man. They don't matter to me as much now at age 34 as they did then.
Okay, and Britt, can you remind us of your soliloquy that I interrupted?
Absolutely, I can. And I respect that. Listen, no, the way that I read into it was I thought you were saying that if you want a good wife or if you want a good mother, that you have to look for someone that doesn't have good looks. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like, and it wasn't just you, Tristan, I just got you on a bad day, because I've actually seen a lot of fellas say that in order to get someone that's going to be a good wife, that they can't look good anymore. Like they have to settle for, you know, like we were talking about last week, they have to settle for a 1 instead of a 10 because they want a good quality out of someone. And I just feel like it's just not the truth.
Ooh, I got something for that.
But that's how I read into what you were saying. And I was trying to let you know, like, absolutely not, bro. Like, you can get someone that looks good and they can still be good as long as you take your time. You know what I mean? Like, I was actually fighting for you. Because I love you that much. So
if y'all didn't notice, whenever I drink cognac, I start using big words like soliloquy. So Prince used the school word. But no, for real, I told Britt, like, I'm like, yo, LeBron gets fouled every game. but it looks extra bad when LeBron complains about fouls because he's LeBron. Don't nobody want to hear no
That's
pretty
right.
women talking about don't settle. Like it just can't come from you. Like that's all I was trying to
Right,
say. You know,
right, right.
the message is on point. The sender is not. You know what I'm saying?
I suppose.
Right.
I suppose.
So that's why this episode was so good. We need to know from the fellas, how do men rate women? And let's start with the scale. How does the scale build so that women know out here that men are looking at them? Because we talked about love at first sight last week. And like I said, I think it's impossible for love at first sight for a guy, because in order for a guy to fall in love, the first step that a guy is looking at is, what can I do with that? It don't have nothing to do with love or your ability to clean or your ability to cook. It's about what can go down in the bedroom first. So let's talk about how that scale is built and the way that we grade on the curve, should I say?
Like you said, you got to start there, man. Because at the end of the day, I'm gonna just go ahead and say it. When you in the bedroom, you got to have an erection. Now you got to perform. You got to bring it. And if you ain't looking at her in that manner, like she's not sexy to you, she doesn't turn you on, then what are we doing here? You know what I'm saying? And we're visual creatures. That's just how, like, when you watch a movie and you see a woman, she wants to surprise her man and do something nice for him. She don't go cook him a meal. She open the door in a G-string, a thong or something, some lingerie, and it's go time. I just forgot about my horrible day that I had. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, and I could be wrong, but when it's the opposite way, when you want to surprise your girl, it ain't all about that all the time. You could cook for her, you could run her some bath water, her favorite
Come
drink
in
waiting
some flowers.
for her, clean up, do something like that. That's just not how we work. So automatically the looks thing is number one for us. We're visual creatures. It just is what it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah. AD, jump in there and let us know how the scale works. Like, what is it? What is the grade scale? What is it weighted on?
Sure. For me, I think one. Well, I always want to say like your nines and your tens have to be elite, right? So when I say that, like the nines and the tens can't just be like doled out every other woman walks by. You have to know, yeah, it's just 9. It was a 10. Otherwise, they're not special. So for me, I always say the average grade that I normally start out at is a 5. Is average, right? That's not someone that's drop dead gorgeous. That's not someone that's drop dead like that's ugly, right? 5 is a decent score, right? So now when you start getting into 3s and 2s, terrible, right? So just to kind of scale back to something that Tristan said, because I'm 36, right? So and I would agree. Like I look at some of my homeboys like who are married now, and no disrespect to any of their wives, but because they are attractive women, but I know seeing other women that they've dated before, if we just going on straight looks, it's not even really close, right? So what that says to me is going back to like what Tristan was saying is how that those licks are only gonna get you in the door, right? Like, because you get you knocked down, basically. You'll get you smashed. Will it get you kept? In the mid 30s? No. So like when we was 22, 23, like it's not even special anymore, like real talk. Like it can get to a point to where like if I want to see nice looking women that are naked, I can go to the titty bar, right? Leave and go
home stress free.
Right. If I want to have sex with a beautiful woman, and not have to do any work for it, I can go to Costa Rica and trick and find someone that's amazing looking, right? And never see them again. So looks is only going to get you so far. So I do think that although, and sometimes just like the physical attraction, like you can just have sexual chemistry with someone who just aligns with your wants and desires. And that can kind of be enough to always get you going. Like, I mean, sometimes like you could meet a beautiful woman who's tight, is like a legit 8 from a looks perspective, but no sex appeal, no swag, attitude fucked up, doesn't touch you or doesn't do things to you the way you like for them to be done. After a while, you're not gonna get up for that ball game anymore just because the ass is fat. It's just not gonna happen, right? So I think specifically, I start with the average curve of a 5, right? If I say someone's really good looking, 7.5, your elite scores is going to be like 9s and 10s, and like you don't see those every day because otherwise a 9 and 10 isn't special. So that's how I look at the scale.
Bingo.
Yep. And I'm gonna play a little devil's advocate here because the scale can be changed through a few things. Um, the domestic aspect can change a few things based on the person.
Definitely.
Also, and I'm gonna say this is where the grading curve begins. The higher you are on the looks category, the more leash you have with everything else. A man will put up with a lot from a woman who looks good.
And
Oh, I
that's
mean, I
where
think
I was
I
coming
think
in
that
with the. Go ahead,
I think
brother.
that's clear though, right? That's not even disputed, right? Because you look at like, for example, like older men, like, and then I'll even look at my profession. Like if I go to like the Detroit Athletic Club or I go to like the Detroit Golf Club for an event, I'm looking at dudes that's like 55, 60 years old with wives that are in their early 30s or late 20s. What are they bringing to the table? Nothing. They physically fit and they tight, right? So that's what they want. If you weren't attractive, you wouldn't be able to get with that man at all. So I mean, yeah, I agree with that wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
Well, see that's a man that probably already has children. He's probably already been married before. He's already played that game, and right now he just wants to have fun. You know what I'm saying? Have somebody to rub his head at night, help him fall asleep. You know, give him
I
some
agree.
now and then.
Yeah. But
Brittany,
also
go ahead.
on that same token, we put up with a lot less the farther you are down that scale of looks. So if you don't know and you feel like you a 4 or a 5, go get some classes. Go learn how to cook. Go learn how to clean. And like I said last week, I got a cousin. I know he listening right now. I got a cousin. I said, dude, he said, man, I got a new girl. She the best girl I ever had. He probably 37, 38. You know what I'm saying? Best girl I ever had. He done been married before. I said, dude, what's she doing? You know what I'm saying? What she do? He said, man, she be cooking. No, my screen didn't freeze. That's where the conversation ended. And for him, that was it. That's all he needed. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, like Adam was saying, if sometimes people just need somebody who look good. We don't need much from you. And the better you look, the less domestic stuff I'm gonna need. Mm-hmm. And usually it works out because the people at the Detroit Athletic just know anybody can get in there. Number one. Let's make that understood. Usually it's some dough involved to where you can afford the Ferrari that you leasing.
I got a question. I got a question for Brittany. Yeah. We talked about this, and how many people do you know that's married to a 9 or 10? Married to one. They wake up every day to a 9 or 10.
Not including yourself, baby.
Listen, stop.
You don't know.
I don't know any. I'm gonna be honest with you.
I'm gonna tell you. And I'm remember when I brought up the Trey Songz thing. Mm-hmm. The girls had thought that Trey Songz was good looking since he came out and was 17, 18 years old. Mm-hmm. He has had so many liberties with these women for so long. It's not surprising to me at all that he's a complete prick. He probably doesn't know how to be anywhere else.
That's very true. And when it comes to, no, that's perfect. But also to me, I'm able to say that I don't know any, and it's not based on me saying that they don't look good. It's based on how they act with their significant others. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to call people out right now, but I really don't know anyone that's married that isn't 100% happy with their person. So that's how I base it on that they don't feel like they're with their 10. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's not this. I'm not sitting here like, oh, they're ugly, but it's the way that they act with them that makes me know like they're not with their 10.
So when I see 9,
how many women do you know that you consider to be attractive who are married to a man that's not physically attractive?
Oh, many.
Okay, so now are those women successful financially? All right, now in the inverse, how many men do you know that are financially successful and well off that are married to women who you don't think are really attractive?
I really don't know too many.
And I think that to me, like, you know, a lot of people been on that dude Kevin Samuels' head for like riding on women, saying he's too hard, he's degrading, he's disrespectful, right? But when you look at it, right, I don't know any men, for example, that are financially successful, that are affluent, that are married to women that are extremely obese, extremely out of shape.
Mm-hmm.
I can't think of any, right? So I think it goes back to what we started with, is that looks will get you in the door for a man, and it give you an opportunity to get somewhere that you otherwise wouldn't be, which is like Chris was saying, like your leash is going to be much, much longer, right? Because we're just physical beings, right? If we look at you and we can't get going, but I will say this though, I will not marry a woman just for looks, right? I can't do it because I'm going to need more than that. I'm too busy. I don't need to be married to a child. If I have a family one day, what I'm saying is I don't want to feel like my wife brings nothing to the table. Can't cook, can't manage bills, can't increase me, doesn't motivate me. I gotta have those things. Maybe
But
was
it always like that? Was your mindset always that way?
No. Hell no.
Yeah.
When I was 22, 23, I'm looking at the wagon.
Yeah. That's what I'm trying to explain. At 34, Brittany, like it's like, look, man, I'll just be you know,
Tristan,
in my past.
yo, Tristan,
good run.
Yo, Trish, you freezing a little bit. Start over.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
He said he had a great run.
I heard that part.
Yeah, I had a great run, you know, doing my thing all through college and stuff. You know, I didn't have the 9s, I didn't have the 10s, but like I said, like the attitude a lot of times be poor. They just used to getting these liberties, and the attitude, they don't have nothing else but looks. That's it. And at this point of my life, somebody got to make me happy when I come home every time. Trish don't want to talk about work when he get home.
And I got to be able to share things with you, and you provide something back that's worth listening to.
Yo,
you know,
and
like
I always tell Britt that she reminds me of the lawyer's wife off of Billions. Now I know Adam watches Billions,
absolutely,
but the lawyer's wife, like she's a psychologist by trade.
So hold on, Chris. Now wait a minute. Now, what we talking about? Wendy, right?
Yeah, we talking about Wendy. She reminds me of Wendy.
I know why you're questioning,
but just not with the Wendy trash side. The fact that Wendy can motivate anybody in any state.
But what about the BDSM though? Like what we?
Nah.
I'm an open and honest person. That's the one part I'm like.
Nah.
So Tristan, just to add a little bit of context, right? So in the show, it'll be real quick. Like, Wendy is married to Chuck Rhodes, who is a U.S. attorney, but he's a really talented lawyer, but he's a control freak. Like he dominates everyone in this professional setting, but he's a sub. So he basically likes to be dominated by his woman. So he was a part of like sex clubs. Like he would pay a professional dominatrix. If he and his wife were into it, he would ask for permission to go see to go see a professional dominatrix. But see, his wife wasn't even really into that shit. She was just into the fact that she wanted to make sure that she was providing whatever her man needed, which I thought was dope as fuck. I agree with Chris. And that's why she's one of my favorite characters in television of all time.
Yeah, you got to watch it, Tristan. It's good. Yeah. But just stepping in as a woman, you know, Adam, how you were asking how many successful women I know with someone that looks good. I will say that I'm not necessarily saying this for everybody, but it is a little bit more difficult for women when we are successful. Let me not put myself in it. When women are successful and look good, and I'm just saying, you guys let me know if this is true. I feel like men are a little bit more intimidated by that. So it's a little bit harder to get someone that looks top notch.
I'm gonna jump in here
from a female,
and that's where
I'm not putting myself into.
That's where the scale gets tipped because it's not the same for dudes. Okay. I'm gonna give Tristan and Adam an example. If I say you can marry a hood chick that looks like Halle Berry, or you can marry Oprah, it's gonna be a thought process in that.
Well, I
always use Oprah as the example. I always use.
And see, for me,
always
Oprah does nothing for me.
Exactly.
Physically,
it's like I ain't gonna be able to do it. Like it's gonna have to be an agreement that I got between her that we had to bring somebody outside in because I'm not going to be able to get going for that ball game. I'm not going to be able to fuck your check.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I get
and this
it.
is well, like Brittany, I wasn't planning on showing up with Respucia to the crib. I'm just letting you know that, back in the day when I was young, I wanted Chris to think that she was fine. I wanted you to think that she was fine. Courtney, Taven, everybody had to think that she was fine. That's the only way she was coming in the building. These days, hey, I want to watch every playoff game that come on that day. All 4 of them. I need a woman that's going to understand that.
Mm-hmm.
Leave me alone. Give me my space. Come in. I don't want to talk about work. I need some time to cool off. You got to understand these things. What I like to eat. That stuff is way more. She gonna be beautiful to me. She ain't gotta be beautiful to the world and everybody, all my friends and all that. For me, and I just need somebody who understands that type of stuff. That's what is important these days. More important than looks.
And now I understand that. And so I apologize because I didn't read it that way. I thought you were saying.
Well, how did you read it? Yeah,
I read it as he was saying that he wasn't allowed to get a 10 anymore because he felt like he wanted to be able to get the other stuff. So I thought you were saying that you were just going to settle for yourself because you wanted a good wife. You know what I mean? That's how I was taking it.
I think a lot of men are to blame for a lot of that though, right? Mm-hmm. Because think about how many women, at least, and I'm not trying to denigrate, no, this is not what I'm, my point is this, I'll just shoot it straight. There are a lot of beautiful women that get things that they wouldn't otherwise get if they weren't beautiful, right? So that standard is maintained, right? So it transitions into them bringing nothing to the table, right? Yeah. I you get on my fucking nerves. You expect the world. You don't provide shit. You can't cook. You can't organize nothing. When I come home to the house, it's like I'm still working because I got to work in this bitch because you've been in here and ain't did shit all day. Because dudes with money, like whether you in the game or even if you got a good job, they just happy that they got an arm piece, like a trophy piece to show off. So they go buy you jewelry, buy you a car, pay your motherfucking rent, all this shit, right? And then that standard is maintained. So even when they decide they don't want to date a street nigga anymore, or somebody like that, a regular guy that's working and wants standard traditional things, their standard in their mind is still, I still need to be treated like how I was treated before because I'm used to a certain standard because I'm beautiful. Boom. So then that transitions into you being undateable and non-marriageable.
Got you.
And let's put some things on the table here too, because at the end of the day, let's keep it all the way real. As a wife, if you want to be a wife, one thing you have to understand is that in order for me to give up, and this is me as a former member of the National Players Association, if you want to be a wife, you have to be able to take over the jobs that all my hoes before you were taken care of. That's sex. So now I got to be getting that same amount of sex from just you, and it better be just exciting. Also, the cleaning, the cooking, the all that stuff got to be replaced by you, and that's something that people don't talk about enough. People want monogamy and they want marriage, but they're not understanding the job description that goes with it. So before we keep talking about the scale, let's set a tone for what marriage really is. Tristan saying now at 34, he done scaled down what he would take. He not saying that he was settled. He's saying, okay, now you don't got to be a 9. You know what I'm saying? A smooth 7.
It ain't as important, man.
With some skills is equal. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Know how to do her hair, man. What if we have a little girl?
A 7 with some skills. Because if you listen,
that's a killer to me.
For real.
If we're talking total package,
for real.
To me, again, right, a 5 to me on my scale is average. So if you're a 7, you're above average in the looks category, and you got skills. That's elite. You got to transition into the wife category.
Well, yeah. And I feel like if you're already a 7 and then you have those skills to you, that might put her up a notch and turn her into a 10 eventually. You know what I mean? So I think that all goes together.
Your 10 though, right? Your 10, right? Like somebody else not gonna look. Yeah.
Exactly, and that's what I was trying to say last
week. And speaking of that, Stephen just said there's no thought process with the Oprah and Halle Berry. He said Oprah matches your drive, then you go for it. The outside beauty can be taken in a flash.
And that's what I was trying to say last week.
Bingo.
Just because I was trying to say, like, Kim Kardashian last week, I was saying that even though she's the standard beauty to a lot of people. She might walk in a room and you might not find her attractive. Not everybody finds
I'm holding, Chief.
the same. That's what I'm saying. But you, out of how many men?
I ain't going behind Yeezy. Not happening.
But yeah, like everybody has their own thing of what a 10 is.
No, for real though. Like, but that's what we're talking about too.
Yeah.
Like the things that make you, and we're gonna drop some key knowledge here and some jewels for y'all. We're gonna go around. Everybody give 2 things that can raise the bar for women if you're not a 10 in the looks category. For me, it's listening and it's actually being yourself. I feel like a lot of women out here take the stereotypical women approach. So, for instance, a girl could hoop in high school, but she'll feel like guys don't like girls who like sports, or she'll feel like you're not a woman if you show that you like sports enough. So she'll hide that part of herself in order to find a guy, not knowing that it's really hurting her. Mm-hmm. Or she'll go to the strip club with her friends, but won't participate in going to the strip club with her man. So that kind of thing to me is a big deal. Being yourself, and listening. It don't have to be listening like you have to listen to everything I say, follow my orders. I mean, listening like sometimes men want to talk. Yeah, you dig? Like women do. Women can go, but sometimes you got to be able to turn that down. Woo! And just for conversation's sake, like Britt said today, she's gonna listen and do. For conversation's sake, if you're gonna have a conversation and a dialogue, at some point you gotta listen.
Bingo.
I think it's the biggest thing that I would say is like actually like ask yourself, are you an asset? Like this dude that you kicking it with that takes you on trips, that does things for you, that buys you things, like what do you do for him? Like what do you do from a thought perspective, like from a thoughtfulness perspective? Like do you encourage him? Like do you send him ideas, things that he should consider? Like things that might make him sharper? Like do you show interest in his interest? Like do you and it's a way to do it without being overbearing or oppressive. Like do you, for example, like my girl, like I wear suits every day when court is open, right? Like she will do shit like put notes in my suits, like in my pockets where I put my pens at, right? So you pull your pen out and it's just a note in there, like stay focused, stay sharp, like something small like that to let her know that she's doing things to think about me, to make sure that I keep my energy up, right? And it seems like something small, but it shows thought, right? Because I really don't need her to do for me financially. Like I can do those things for myself, right? But what do you do like to help keep me motivated, to keep me focused, like to keep me sharp? Like how do you support me? And those are like just thoughtful related things that like dudes who are of substance will actually appreciate.
Yeah.
I like she's got to be able to check me. I am most definitely an alpha male. I'm going to just take charge. And it might not be blatant. I might do it in a strategic way.
Passive aggressive?
I'm running the show, though.
Is it passive aggressive or is it strategic?
It's strategic. You know what I mean? And that's, I'm the oldest. It's always been that way. I've always been an alpha. I always had, it's just always been that way. But sometimes it get out of control. Like, I can't just steamroll you back and forth. I don't be doing it on purpose. You know what I'm saying?
Let me ask you this though, Tristan. Like when you say like check you, right? Mm-hmm. You're not talking about come to me and cuss me the fuck out, right? You're talking about come to me with a presence that demands respect and makes me think like, damn,
take it a little bit too far. Now let go a little bit here. You don't need to do all this there. Just let me know in a respectful way. I know that I need that. You know what I mean? I know that I need that sometimes. So I appreciate when a woman is strong enough to go ahead and bring that to the table. I know that I need that sometimes. I'll be on the railroad. I'll be going good on the track. Boom, and I get a little wild with it. I need help getting back on.
Yo, no, for real. Look, every dude needs that, especially people on the successful track. One thing that Britt did for me, and I realized that she low key checked me, but did it in such a way that it was more of a team meeting. I used to talk about myself in third person from high school, college, all the way until I the way until I started a business. And the moment that we started a business together, she said, yo, you're going to have to get out of that habit because you're going to jump in a meeting and talk about yourself in third person. And it took a while to think about, but when I tried to break that habit, it was hard.
Right.
You know, I never said I said my name.
Facts.
You
I know that for sure.
Yeah. Well, shit, Adam could on my varsity jacket it says Boss Slater. I needed somebody to take me down a couple notches when it's needed, but not take me so far down that I lose the killer instinct.
Yeah.
Exactly.
There's a way to go about it.
Yeah, and I was just gonna say, like, again, that was for business. It wasn't obviously I love him and I loved it because I wouldn't have been with him. It wasn't trying to change. But when it came to meetings and for us to be able to get this money, it was like, yo, like you can't be talking about yourself like that.
Because I bet you went to sleep thinking about that, didn't you?
Yo, I had I literally was playing Call of Duty and I was thinking about it like, dog, I do talk about myself in third person a lot. Yo, for real, like I was sitting there, you know, and the video game is how I decompress. So I think a lot while I'm playing, and you know, it's a lot of dead space when you playing with dudes because dudes don't really talk that much. So I'm sitting there thinking like, man, look, I probably need to get that together, like ASAP.
She told me I need to step up, man. Like when your woman can do that for you, dude, come on, man, that's a winner.
But see, it's also I respected him because he actually took that, you know what I mean, and understood it. Because a lot of people, and this is from a female perspective, I feel like a lot of the times when women try to give you guys actual constructive criticism, it's taken as she's trying to change me.
Because it's delivered poorly.
Yeah. But to me, like that wasn't like, again, I clearly liked it. I wouldn't have been with him if he, you know what I mean, if I didn't. But it was like when it came to business, I saw that was something that he couldn't do with meetings, so I let him know, and I appreciated him for actually understanding and being able to separate that. I was telling him solely on that, and that he wasn't taking it as, oh, she's trying to change me, she got me now, and now she thinks she can. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
it's delivered poorly, or you know, you didn't build that rapport yet. Like this man does not respect you like that yet, so I'm not going to take that criticism from you. You didn't give me a chance to respect you in that manner. You know, I just came in, it was wham bam, thank you, ma'am. You know what I'm saying? Came in, got whatever I wanted.
Yeah.
You doing whatever you wanted all early. Ain't making me earn no respect, nothing. I'm not gonna respect no criticism from you at all. Like
no, and listen, the thing is, we all used to play football at some point. And I had to bring this up. Adam played on the next level. Tristan was a running back as well as Adam. I played on the line. Now, for women, just as an insight, every play you line up, you face to face with another man in the decision. You gonna win or you gonna lose. That creates a different type of mindset for the rest of your life. And I'm gonna give y'all a story, and Adam probably gonna laugh at this. I don't even know if he remember this, but I moved up to varsity my freshman year, and I let my coach talk me into it. And my uncle got me hyped. He said, when you go out there, you line up, you find Gabe, and you line up against him. This is my freshman year. Gabe's an All-American. He's literally 350 pounds in high school. Big boy. He told me when I lined up against him, the coach got hyped. He said, oh, Gabe, he picked you first. I'm on scout team. I have no clue. I'm just doing what my uncle told me. He told me I'm not even going to use my hands. And this man hit me with his helmet so hard that I went to sleep. Dude helmet was like 2X, bro, 3X in high school. and when I say that changed my life from that perspective, from that point on, I never wanted to lose again.
I was like watching that shit like, man, what crazy. I remember watching that shit like, this motherfucker out of his mind, dog.
Yo, had no clue what I was doing. Didn't know, you know what I'm saying, new to the show, because at the end of the day, like I said, football is a different sport. That's why when we were talking about women reffing football, I was opposed to it. Because unless you've been in those lines, you don't understand it. And I'm opposed to men who haven't played reffing. And that's the same with basketball.
That's real, man.
Unless you've been in those lines, you don't understand. But women,
they got women's football though, Chris.
I gave a pass for that. Now listen, they get busy in lingerie football, so all respect given to them.
And I definitely would have played if I could have.
Hey, I'll tell you the most rough game that you'll ever see as a high school student. That powder puff game is a bad boy.
Yeah, they be coming.
Powder puppy going crazy, dog.
Yeah, for real.
No lie.
But women, you have to take all that into account when you're talking to a man, because there's a thin line between breaking a man down, also overstepping your boundaries because you can't do it too early. And you also got to realize what you bring to the table. Some people don't need to give advice at all because that's not your lane. If you're trying to give business advice to your husband and you're a stay-at-home wife, it won't be received well.
Unless you got industry experience, right?
Exactly.
And you're choosing to stay home. Like when
Bingo.
you ain't got no business experience, nah, G. You don't have standing. It's unfortunate, right? You don't have the grounds, right? But now, I know some women that have said, okay, I'm gonna stop working, I'm gonna transition out, right? And take care of the family. But shoot, that's your at-home consigliere. Like, you got a boss at home that's just kind of like in the wings that you need to be using. Now, if you don't have that experience, then no. Like Tristan said, that got to be earned, man. You got to be coming from a place of experience and value in order to provide wisdom. Otherwise, it's like, man, where the fuck is this shit coming from?
Hey, I bet the ladies are wondering, how do you know you've earned it?
Well, what would I say? How do you know?
I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna tell you when I knew Brittany earned it. I'm gonna tell you when I knew Brittany earned it. I was talking to Chris one time, and Chris referred to Brittany as babe all of a sudden. I never heard this before in life. Hey, babe. Babe got to do something. I said, well, hold on. The behavior switching a little bit now. I'm sure if he call you that behind closed doors, that's one thing. He was on the phone with me, and I think Courtney was on the other line. We was on three-way. My babe had this. So I said, oh, we're baby now. We're baby now, huh? We're baby. And I know some people use babe loosely, you know what I'm saying? But I know Chris is not that guy. You know what I'm saying? So you can see ladies, you can see the change of behavior when he start asking you about your opinion for certain things. He start talking to his friends a certain way about you. You'll know when you earn that trust, and you'll know when it's time for you to give that advice, or just help a guy out when he's struggling with some advice or some words of encouragement. So you'll know when you earn that trust. He'll show it.
I mean, I feel like when the interaction level is there, like you said, you'll know it. Because you will have provided some candid feedback, and the manner in which he responds to you is going to let you know whether or not you've earned that level of rapport with him, where you develop that trust, where he's like, damn, she's not attacking me. This is actually some critical thoughts that's being provided that I might need to receive. The problem is, like, I feel like too many times the work has not been put in to get to that level, and it's critical. Like, it's always funny to me how like 3 or 4 dates in, like you get somebody to start telling you what you need to be doing. You like, woo.
Well, I don't need to be doing anything because I'm a grown man. Right. You can offer me a suggestion. I don't need to be doing nothing.
I'll be done fucked around and slid back in the third person.
But
if I were you, I would try it this way. If it was me, I would do this. I don't need to do nothing. I don't.
Hold on, you ain't got no business talking to Chris like this. Hold on.
No, nobody tells me what I need to do.
Yeah. But I was genuinely about to say, like, if a female, and I'm asking you guys this on the real, if a female is genuinely looking for that, is it genuine? Because with him, I wasn't looking for a change. It happened. I appreciate it. You know what I mean? But I wasn't every day, like, this is my goal for him to start acting like this. That wasn't my goal. You know what I mean? Like, it was not anything I ever thought of. And so when it happened, it was just like, cool. You know what I mean? Whatever. But like, do you think,
Brittany, that's when a lot of women get mixed up right there.
Yeah.
They try, you're trying to change a man, but no man will change unless he's ready. It's an old saying that you probably heard from your grandma, and her way, her methods were dated, the truth. It's not gonna happen until you're ready. Like, ladies, if a guy tells you he don't want to be in a relationship, it don't matter what you do, how bad you sex him, how good you cook for him, whatever. He ain't said he ain't ready for that. The end. Take it with a grain of salt. That's it. He'll change
and along the
ready.
same lines. Along the same lines. If you kicking it with a dude who tells you he got a woman, he's not going to leave that woman and start being with you just because you fucking good or because you do certain things. Like especially if he's communicated that to you, you're just lying to yourself, man. Now, if he's lying to you, that's different, right? But when he's been honestly telling you, I'm doing this with someone else, you're not going to get him to alter his thought process by just doing nice things for him. It's just not going to work.
I'm glad you said that because a lot of females need to hear that. Like,
no, I just
to hear that.
No, for real.
Like, ladies, listen. Like, you need to hear that.
So listen. So we understood today a little bit about how men think in the men's scale. Eventually, we're going to approach the woman episode about how women think. So
and I can't wait to hear that shit, right?
And the reason I brought that up is because we need to give our opinions about how we think women think before that episode, so that I can bring it up and say, look, this is how we think. So how do we think that women think when they rating us?
I'll take notes.
Oh, very early on, they asking, do you have any kids? Right? They're asking what you do for a living. Creatively, they're going to ask you how much money you make, right? So all of those things, I mean, obviously they're going to have an initial physical attraction, you know, otherwise they're not even going to ask those questions, like, unless you like get to, like, usually dudes who are not physically attractive to women see them on a daily basis and they get to know them in a different setting than they otherwise would. Like, they might work together, or they might work in adjacent apartments, or they live in an area where you're going to continue to interact with that person because they wouldn't give them the time of day otherwise. But it's going to quickly transition into those three key areas: kids, family background, thoughts on family values, money, because they value the stability, right? I think those are the four key areas.
I think it depends on what age group we get, because like dating and trying to date like right before you 30 or in your 30s, there's something else with the ladies. They asking you about marriage and things on the first date. What do you think about marriage? What are your thoughts about marriage? Like, wait,
where do you see yourself in 5 years?
That one. Yeah, that one. They trying to scope you out and see what the hell is going on and see if you're marriage type.
They don't turn your date into a business meeting.
Yeah, it's a business thing. But
with the projections, like they want you
to. Here's the thing that cracks me up though. After those questions, I don't feel like they ask a lot of questions after that.
No,
it's just, okay, he said he want to get married in 5 years. Good. He said he make this amount of money, this amount of money. Good. And it's over after that.
You know how like
they back to talking about themselves for the whole rest of the time.
You know when you go to buy a crib, like they do like the pre-approval, right?
Yeah.
That's a lot like for like dating, like especially in the like, because black women is like my exclusivity. I don't do nothing else, right? The sisters is go run you through that pre-screening, and once you get past the pre-screening, we're in there. You know, the pre-approval checklist.
Pre-screen.
Then they don't give a shit about nothing else. Like you said, once they verify those areas, they're gonna transition back to talking to the.
Listen, and I'm gonna jump in before we get to those areas. And for the men out there who are listening, because we got a lot of listeners who ask questions daily, like, how do you know if a woman likes you, or this and that? So just to break it down for the people who aren't as advanced, a woman knows when she sees you if she's going to have sex with you. That's already done. Versus a man, he's deciding that as he's seeing you. Also, a woman might play as if the sex isn't important, but it is. So you better make your audition good, because you can get pre-approved, but the closing gonna be a lot tougher
Oh
if your
yeah.
audition is bad.
No. Hold on. The pre-approval is only going
For
to
sure.
get you so far. When it's time to close, you must close.
Yes, sir.
And failure to do so will cause the loan to be declined. Sale, a deal can fall apart at the table.
They'll hit you with we found another buyer.
Yeah, we had an opportunity to reevaluate your application and the underwriting.
Listen,
Hey,
and we used to call it BDR back in the day. That's a bad dick report. It's kind of, and it's a bad dick report is like having bad credit. It ain't gonna get you nowhere.
And it follows you because they be talking
all the time.
But see, to me, let me stop real quick. I'm sorry. I'm gonna let y'all have that. All right. But to me, I feel like when women do that, it's embarrassing us because it's like you still mess with them. I don't understand when people.
What about mess? You have experience it wasn't good. Now I can talk about. You know what I'm saying?
Say it one more time, Tristan, because they had cut out. What'd you say?
I said, what about you? She messed with him. You had it one time, it wasn't good. Now I can talk about it. Or do you think they still be going back for more, even after it was trash?
To me, it's kind of like the fat girl thing. You know how you bang a girl that's a little overweight, and then you feel bad right after you bust a nut. That's it's got to be the same for women on that point.
See, now we going to the area where we're not in those conversations with y'all.
But see that to that point though, like and this goes back to like when I was in my early 20s, if I wanted to and I was just in the mood because I was fucked up or it was a late night, I could get up for almost any ball game, right? I could.
Yeah.
Now, I just can't do it. Like sometimes, like I'm gonna look and just like, man, this is just this shit here is just not worth.
To me, usually women give you guys bad reports after they've done it multiple times. It's usually after a bad breakup and he had a little dick anyways. And it's like, dog, you were with this little dick for months, for years.
My thing is, why didn't you evaluate that in him before you fucked him though? Like, so like you ain't never go to the movies like when he had on some jogging pants and put your hand on his dick and see if he got hard and like, okay, yeah, this is something that we can work with here. Like how is that? See, how is that not a part of the pre-screening, right? That need to be added to the list. If I was a chick, that would be on the list if it was something that was important to me.
Well, we had a comment last week, Adam, that said that a big dick adds 4 points to your score.
We did have that, yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 4 points. And Britt agreed. It adds 4 points to your score.
Well, I mean, I've never thought to look. Adam, what you're saying is very intelligent because, like, I never thought about it like that before.
I mean, I just like, especially if the chemistry is there, right?
Yeah.
If y'all at the movies, you lift that arm bar up, just put your hand on the thigh, and you can see right there, is this a package that I'm going to be able to invest in?
I pre-screen. I'm smelling hair. What's going on here? Before we go out, did you tell me that you got in the shower? What's going on here? Like, I need to know what's going on. When I go to the crib, is the crib clean? Because if the crib ain't clean, you know that cooter ain't clean. You know it. That's a fact. That's a fact.
You must at home is not being taken.
You know.
And this might be a topic for another show for y'all. But I one of the things that I always, because I listen to women like talk about men and say, oh, his sex was bad, this, that, and the third. Like, to me, all we really got to bring to the table is a hard dick, decent size, and be able to have the endurance that you need. The rest is on you to be able to get off. You should be able to ride a dick and come. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't understand why chicks is not able to do that. Like, so I'm interested to know from women what makes sex good, what makes sex bad, like for the ladies. Like, because if the dude is staying engaged and he got a dick and he has the size that you're looking for. Yeah. What else? I mean, nigga, this ain't no porno. Like they showing that shit in sync.
No.
Like, and there's something else too. Like, I'm not really into like fucking for hours no more, dog. Like I'm straight on that shit, dog. 15, 20 minutes, that's enough.
I'm not your motherfucking show pony.
So like, I'm interested. I mean, like, I will be a guest tuned in with a scotch. Just sitting there relaxing, like I'm ready to be educated on this because this shit is funny to me.
Well, bro, I think it depends on too. Their pre-screening process is fucked up. So that's what leads to all of the other stuff. They worried about the wrong stuff. Money don't help you bust a nut. A job don't help you bust a nut. Your marriage plans don't help you bust a nut.
Yeah, but why can't she come on his face though? Like, see, because to me, like, if I'm just saying, like, if the dude is providing the head, right? Well, I mean, what is going on mentally, like, where you're not able to get off with that? Like, I don't understand. Like, is
I think that's a whole nother topic, man.
That's
I think
an excellent topic. That's an excellent topic. But I'm interested too because I want to know if you're giving a bad report, why you think you're getting a good report.
And listen,
it goes together. I feel
it goes both ways because
this shit was whack.
Right?
We talking about throwing hot dogs down hallways at that point.
But yeah, girls kill me with that because it's like you're talking about him, but how were you? How was your performance? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
he might be saying
tough.
the same thing about you that you're saying about him. So I'm just good. To keep going.
Yo, so the author Sean D. Upshaw just stepped in the comments. He said he got 15 to 20 minutes. Shit, he like Bernie Mac say 3 minutes. That's a 1 round in a heavyweight fight. No, for real.
Hey, look, all that getting up and going around the house and on the balcony, and I'm in the bed. I'm 34. I'm getting in the bed. See me in the bed.
34, 36, 33. What's the max amount of positions that we doing in that time frame?
Oh, we can switch positions now. We could do that.
Yeah,
within that 15, 20 minutes.
How many we doing now?
We can flip, turn, roll, whatever you want to do.
Yeah, long as within that genre, dog. You know,
we can do whatever.
My girl younger than me, and sometimes I'll be like, "Babe,
we can roll around, flip around."
You said you got to stretch the hamstrings, bro.
In the bed, and 25 minutes, please.
Yo, and I'm gonna be real with you. At this age, my wife knows we have to plan this shit carefully because one thing a nigga gonna do is go to sleep afterwards. You can bet your body I'm not doing nothing. I don't care if I'm hungry.
No, he doesn't. He does
I'm
not
going
care.
to sleep, bro. Like, where's the covers? Is that time? Because I'm a person who don't sleep that often. I work. I love working. I love what I do. Sleep comes second to everything except when I bust a nut.
It is the same. No, and it's the same here. But we were just saying even before the show, like usually the time of the show is the time he would be napping any other day. So he just said before we started, like, yo, this show is a lot.
Yo, and for my listeners out there who love me, y'all always in the messages talking about y'all love me. I retire every week in case y'all didn't know.
Man, I'm done with this shit, nigga.
We both do. We quit before every episode. We quit like, yo, I'm tired of this. But then once we get on, it's so fun. But the process leading up to the show is so, you got to write it. You got to get guests. You got to, you know what I mean? Like, it's a lot.
Y'all working for sure.
And then I'm on YouTube. So it's like, yo, going live is just, I'm tired. When we first started the podcast, I was happy because we were
6 positions in 15, 20 minutes.
Exactly.
Yo, we got our girl back on here. We got it. We got to talk about Trisha. Trisha had the comment that said last week, she said that a big dick will add 4 points to your score. This week she said give her like 6 positions, and that's good for a 15 to 20 minute session.
Hold on. I need her to respond, right? Because as I sit here, and I'm trying to think about 6 positions. Like, do that include like the head too, or like is these 6 fucking positions? Because like I really can't really think about 6 sex positions right now that I could really.
Yo, and
what is the 6 like?
While she responding, let me get into that. I feel like, and I never give my example of what I think women think, but I feel like for women, you have to make love to their mind all day to even get sex. So when we have that episode, that's what I'm sticking with, because I feel like with a woman, if you want some sex, you better start early, because one attitude will ruin that whole shit. You know what I'm saying? A motherfucking woman can be mad at you for 2 weeks straight. You know what I'm saying?
And then like, so like I be feeling like some shit be fake. Like, and I know some chicks that disagree with me and they say this. Like, even if like I'm mad at you, like grab me up and just start fucking me. Like that shit really don't be working like that. Like if I do some shit like where like I wasn't answering my phone or like my girl was calling me and she couldn't reach me, like I'm not gonna be able to like just like bend her over real quick and just like drop down on the knee and like put my face in it and start smashing. Like she gonna have those questions that she wants answered, right? So I don't know, maybe that's a weakness in our chemistry, but I be feeling like that shit fake. Like that shit don't work like that.
Yo, if you've ever been a person,
what Jody did.
Yeah, dog. Oh, hell no, man. You see, here's the thing, though. That nigga was 19 in the movie, right? Wasn't he like 19, 20 in the movie?
I forget, man.
Yeah,
they was younger than us.
It was kids, man. So, yeah, that's bullshit, man. This is real life problems going on over here.
Right.
Yo, and no doubt at all,
Oh, my
dog.
gosh.
So Trisha responded, and she said, and that definitely includes the
Okay,
head.
yeah, because I'm like, yeah, as I'm sitting here, I'm like 6 positions. Like, you can get up here, I can go here. Like, but I can't think of no 6 positions where I'm just hitting. Like, I'm like, oh, like, I mean, I guess I could, but like, it would be difficult for me to get to 6.
And with that being said, Adam meet Trisha, Trisha meet Adam. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, man, I appreciate that. I appreciate the save because I'm sitting here like, man, this shit is kind of bothering me a little bit.
Yo,
like I want to go home and I'm like, baby, we need to see if we can get 6 going here.
That's about right for you, Adam. Now you gotta test it out, right?
Yeah. Respond back in like, man, we tried that shit. I wasn't able to get to that at all.
Listen, I'ma keep it funky with the way my flexibility is set up in the pandemic. First of all, the pandemic got me out here like a HBCU D tackle. So yeah, I gotta stretch. You gotta warm a brother before we do all of that.
No, hey, and why you mention that, like, because Coastal Carolina was real live this year. Their center was 5'9", 260. 5'9", 260. I couldn't take them serious no more at that point. How you gonna be my height and be 260 in the Division I lineman? No way. Talking about college football player.
Yo, that man knows somebody who knows somebody because there's no way.
Right.
They started. Like, come on, man.
Which coach's son was it?
Oh
Damn.
My God.
Right.
Yo, so Trisha chimed back in. We about to get out of here in a minute, but Trisha chimed back in. She said that's the perfect opportunity to have sex talk your problems out while you in position 2. By position 6, y'all back in love. Listen, I'm not. If you've ever had somebody to tell you to smile for a picture while you was pissed off, that's how men feel when the chemistry ain't right. You trying to make us perform.
If that's how y'all feel, I am sorry. I apologize for everybody out there because that is the worst when someone tells you to smile when you don't want to.
Straight up.
That shit irks my soul and
Chris,
my
that's
spirit.
real.
No, for real, man. Like it could be off a little bit, and it still will be like, I don't know about this one. Well, let me see what Pornhub doing tonight.
Yeah, it be your pride and your hot dog be like, I ain't doing this. We mad. Well, we did not say we was mad. We mad. What you talking about, bro?
Yo,
you can't do it.
Yo, what y'all think about the Pornhub upgrade? Like they took all of the amateur sex off of Pornhub. It's nothing but straight porn stars on there now, bro.
Unacceptable. Unacceptable for me. And it goes back to what I was saying before when we started this whole discussion about sex, right? You're setting. I'm not. So I want to see, Ray and Shay like in the kitchen, like my man going at it for like 6 good minutes, and then he busting her back, and then that's it, and they both happy about that. Not them cutting and going to extra scenes and shit. Fuck all of that. Whoever came up with that idea need to be fired immediately.
Yeah,
and if I had a description, I would decline my shit.
Right, and like this is I don't care about you getting an Emmy. I needed to make it. I need to make it feel real so that I don't get out of the mood when the screen dissolve takes a little too long.
the screen cut all of a sudden they're in a different. You're like, hold on, what happened to that? What?
Yeah, Pornhub fell off for sure. I guess they figured OnlyFans is the way that you can get your amateur now.
I'm not paying for OnlyFans.
It's not free, you know.
I'm not paying for you average bitches. Y'all crazy.
X videos,
X videos,
xvideos, txx.com,
Hamster.
X
You got what
Hamster.
you need.
Oh,
I mean,
listen.
I'm amateur only at this point. Like I'm not interested in now. When I was younger, again, it goes back to the things that I liked in my 20s. The Horny Black Mother series from Evasive Angles. That was a great studio. But like now at 36, I'm like that age. Like there's no more cougar shit for me. Now these bitches got like talon claws. You know, like when you can look at their hands and see that they 55. Like you know.
And sometimes that'd be the only way you can tell too.
Right
You
here,
gotta
when you
look
look
at
at the
them
hands.
You'd be like, oh, yeah.
Like Scrappy Mama,
Yeah.
like she got her body done. Look at her hands. Them hands, boy. She gonna have a body that's 20, 30 years old, but them hands is gonna be in the senior citizens home, though, for sure.
No, man, listen. That's the honest to God truth. Like at the end of the day, we don't want all the extra credit. We don't want all of that. And porn is free. OnlyFans is not. So no hate to all my sex workers out there. Get your money. There's a lot of people who were not in the National Players Association. There's a lot of people who did not have an easy time getting women. Those niggas who comment good morning under your post, send them your OnlyFans link because them the ones.
Oh yeah.
Honestly, y'all wrap this up perfectly because you literally just, you know, like the porn went with how you want your women. Now things have changed.
Things have changed for sure.
So I mean, like that all goes together. That was a perfect wrap up for sure.
Yo,
it was for real. It's funny,
yo,
sounds, but the porn goes with the way that you choose.
Yo, we really enjoyed y'all today too, man. We're gonna have y'all back probably for y'all own episodes. Y'all hella entertaining.
Yes.
We want to say thank you to our sponsors, and I'm gonna start off with one of my favorite sponsors, which is mrskisses.com. So if you like your titties lifted to the gods, visit mrskisses.com. They got a bra that perfectly works for you. We as men like your titties lifted to the gods sometimes. So, you know, it's a good tool to have. Luke Belair, as always. Listen, this new villain cognac, I probably said 30 school words today. I mess with it. Go out and get your villain cognac, yo. Luke Belair, we appreciate you.
It's not out yet in stores.
Christian did. I was like, he expanded his vocabulary. Wow,
yeah, it's not out yet in stores, but I think
expeditiously
it's available to order on the site. But yeah, you guys, we're very honored to have you on. Appreciate both of you taking the time out with us.
Appreciate the invite. It was fun.
Yeah.
Hey, I miss you, Negroes.
Yes, listen, until the pandemic is over. I'll be damned if I get COVID now when they got shots for it.
Yeah.
That's a little too risky for me, bro.
Right?
You know what I'm saying? And then, like, you know, as a business owner, and I know Adam feel the same way. If I go down,
that's it.
What we doing?
What we doing?
Right.
Bills don't stop because you got COVID. So, you know, we'll see y'all when COVID is over, yo. I appreciate y'all for real. And if you are listening, we are available on all podcast sites. And baby, where can they give us a rating on?
We are on everything, but the most important is Apple. So we would appreciate it if you guys gave us a 5-star rating because it helps us out. It helps us get our sponsors, obviously. So yeah, give us a good thing. If you're a hater, then don't. Just stay where you are. We'll keep your 1 star. But with that being said, we appreciate you guys so much. We love you again. Happy Black History Month, and we will see you again next week with a very special guest.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, sir. Thank you to Adam and Tristan. See y'all later.
Bye, guys.